hard for the grind. You know, they really are paying attention every single week. You know, every day they're putting in some of the most hours of any player in the community, and we do see the results of that in the success they have in tournament. Now today, JoshTQ and Erron Black.
Well, the Erron Black is a character that Josh has been quite vocal about, not being a fan of some of those kind of nerfs that the character received going into Ultimate. However, you know, if you are a specialist and very loyal to your favorite character, you're going to try and stick through thick and thin, I think. And that's what JoshTQ has done. Definitely one of the absolute finest Erron Blacks, even after Ultimate, and highly competitively successful. The last year, definitely, I think, would have been Josh's potential breakout year, I think, in certain tournaments, and has still been able to establish himself in the online world. VideoGamezYo, I mean, a man that needs no introduction, really. But the Cage versus Erron Black, you know, this is favorite versus favorite. You know, we know VideoGamezYo is the original Shao Kahn main, but his favorite Mortal Kombat character has actually always been Johnny Cage. In his first round, there's the catch. Unbreakable as well. Oh, looking for the lows.
Now,
yeah. Low. A lot of Erron Black players like that one.
But it wasn't something that a lot of Erron Black players were experimenting with early on, right? That low gunshot is very different to the way it was kind of pre-Ultimate. Some Erron Black players kind of just wrote it off straight away, but as we do go further into this game, I feel like some players really are taking a closer look at some of these specific moves, and that low, you know, the down Peacemaker could definitely be one of them. But JoshTQ, you know, one of the strongest Erron Blacks out there, one of the only people that has stuck with the character. A lot of Erron Black players have kind of moved on to other characters doing a similar style. JoshTQ dedicated, and we see a lot of success. And that down Peacemaker against characters that struggle to punish it, very problematic. It is a true low. It is safe on block versus a number of characters. You know, it is technically unsafe on paper, but it has a lot of pushback. He moves himself back while he does it.
Well, let's talk about this matchup that's taking place right now. There's the JoshTQ. Very heavily focused on just that point-blank mix-up game. You have got the low shot, you have got the command grab, the wake-up down one, really challenging that meaty from VGY, who shows a lot of respect on wake-up, and the pushback. They're just looking to stick out that poke. Unfortunately for Josh, a raw jump-in is going to take it to the final round of this first game, but we can absolutely expect this to go to a game 5. These two brothers go extremely back and forth pretty much every single time they play each other. But now, the Cage and Erron Black, not actually a matchup that we are used to seeing with them. They actually play so many different characters. There was a time where VGY was picking Sonya against Josh.
I mean, it's just a sign of two training partners. You know, it's a point we've made many times and will continue to do so. They play the game a lot. They are training partners with each other. Of course, both GL boys. They do play very different characters. Oh, the full. No, whiff punish. I actually, yeah, VideoGamezYo, definitely expecting that to whiff punish. Quite surprised to see Josh recover in time, but again, that down Peacemaker really lets Erron use those mids, otherwise quite dangerous. Like the forward 3 that normally has the gap in the second hit, the forward 1 that normally doesn't have the same kind of options. But to really poke with these mids, and then if he thinks that VGY is going to come to him, he has the sweep, he has the down 4. These good low profiling options. Oh, big neutral jump! Josh finds it. Instant confirming the fatal blow, and that is going to do more than enough damage. JoshTQ getting that first game, but not without trying. That was a close game 1, and I think you're right. I definitely would be surprised if we didn't see a game 5 going here. These are two players that they know each other inside out when it comes to gameplay in this game. So it is the story of the UK in NetherRealm. You know, we've never been the biggest scene of players, but we've always had some players that are, you know, very adept at the game, you know, very knowledgeable, and that has only increased more and more through the games, to the point that in MK11 I feel like the UK has more high-level players in it that are like able to compete at the highest level than ever before in another game, and that makes me, as a biased UK fan, very happy to see. Yeah, very happy to see it.
JoshTQ able to establish his own reputation. He is not just the brother of VideoGamezYo, right? He has so many elements of individuality when it comes to his competitive realm here. The Erron Black being just one of them. His matchup knowledge through the roof. Erron Black, only one of many characters actually he plays. He does play Sindel in tournament as well, and as this round continues, just laying on that pressure. There's the pushback. And you'll notice it's less about mix-up on that low shot, and it is more about pushback and going back to a distance where clearly Josh is it's a big launch, and there's no break. No, VideoGamezYo is not going to risk that. Even with the throw tech, he takes a bunch of guaranteed damage.
Oh, big damage.
Comeback potential. What's it going to be? All right, launch, finish it. Oh, that's so much damage. Looks for a big duck. Ooh, what are you going to you, madman? That is a, that is a slide and a half.
No, I love the choice to go for the unsafe mix-up there, because slide, back to slide is the forbidden overhead low. It's so dangerous to do, but oh! Josh finds it, but he's been using the safe Peacemaker so many times that it's the perfect time to let it go. Now Josh, counter hit. Doesn't matter, but there's a VT again. Oh, that's the damage on the acid. Yeah, this is gonna do so much. Ah. And the low profile. Yeah, you see the match.
Yeah, I mean, that stays. It stays. I mean, some of the recovery was changed, but being a low profile, still a thing. Now, can VGY pull off this comeback? Do you believe in it? Do you believe?
I mean, it is Johnny Cage. He's used the shades, but he still has the fatal blow. So he still has that
Josh will be so content holding these throws.
Oh,
yeah,
there it is.
He could afford to take like 5.
First time I've seen VGY pull out Spawn in this matchup specifically, so quite
I think there is an objective here, and it lies in the variation name, movement. The thing about VideoGamezYo is that a lot of us have always believed he has some of, if not the best wave dash movement in the entire community. Really was, I think, the first player to bring that into the competitive space as consistently as he has, and Spawn's movement is fantastic. Combine that with the long-reaching buttons. Watch out for the whiffs, though. One of his weaknesses, that whiff recovery. Now, push in. Nah, the back one to challenge the gunshot. That's layer 1 here.
Now, no, I wonder if that straight up punishes it. Because I know that down Peacemaker is unsafe on paper, but you need specific things to punish it. I don't know exactly how unsafe it is, but I would imagine, yeah, there is something you can do. At the very least, you get a button that occupies the space. So even if it doesn't punish the Peacemaker, he has to hold that. Standing 3.
VideoGamezYo, he does not want to overcommit though. He's hitting a lot of these buttons, Mustard, but he's not doing the extra hits because he just doesn't want to get whiff punished.
I mean, of course, that's the biggest problem you have to watch out for is Spawn. He has the movement, he has the range, but he doesn't have the recovery. Oh, that could have been a big punish.
In and out.
No commitment.
Oh! Raw drop kick. Another whiff. This is a scary moment. You gotta watch out. Full screen, fatal blow. Erron Black.
He can't even whiff. Every button he presses, he has to be completely confident because if he whiffs anything, he's gonna get fatal blowed.
Ooh, even that projectile. Even that projectile was mad.
I'm actually quite surprised. Yeah, that was definitely dangerous. Oh, the amp and the chase down on the backdash. Josh found it. He read specifically the roll, and that is what happened. And that is a perfect way of going into match point. Now 3-0 to Josh. Definitely not the result I would have expected here. This could be a very impressive way to start.
Looks for some kind of floor block and wake up, gets to down 1, but I think the objective was honestly anything from that point. Looking to dash in, the empty jump down 3 just to try and catch you off guard. You want to try and trip guard B with a high, eat this poke. By the way, as we go to this jump distance, the acid to just put the pressure on. VideoGamezYo taking so much free damage. Goes for the tick grab. No punish though, the back 1. That's the thing. VGY does not want to overcommit to these buttons, but if he just did it once, there'd be an opportunity for damage here. Low profile, the back 1. Erron Black. Oh my god.
Erron Black, he's still the king of that. The sweep, the down 4. He can go under him. Oh, big punish. Rare footage of Josh not doing anything, but no resources for VGY. Oh, no. That's a punish. This could be huge. Oh, that's a lot of damage too. Amplify it, yes.
Yes, it is.
Now got a bar here. Josh has the bar. VGY can't break. Has to be careful. And then there's the back 2. Every time he blocks, it's going to be a danger. Dash up throw, but the tech's a crucial tech. What's next? In the pipeline.
Another
grab. Oh, and the uppercut off the launcher for guaranteed damage. Now we see the disrespect and we don't see the mercy. Now, Chris, is that disrespect or is that popping off?
I mean,
I feel like it's popping off, but I don't want to be too sure.
Probably going to be popping off. But let's just talk about that, man.
I mean, but no, but well deserved. Let's do exactly.
eat.playstation.com. It is not only that, but hang on a minute. Wait. So we've gone straight into this next matchup. And it looks like Javier, known as a Scorpion player, by the way, is going in with a Spawn. But I'm curious, actually, what is the variation? So, charging Hell Spawn, that's going to be part 1 of this. Is it the Air Letha Glide as well for Javier, or what's the extra utility going to be?
That is always the question. That is always the question, because we know, as far as we can see for Spawn in tournaments, the charge is like 4 for a lot of Spawn players. You know, that's the most important. You can see no second bar. But the big thing is Javier.
There it is.
Scorpion. Oh, okay. So this is actually a very interesting variation for Spawn. So you have the charge, but instead of the restand, you're going to have the chain for safety. Now this does considerably cut your damage because the restand is where a lot of the damage will come from. but you still get a much higher than average damage with a safe option if you want it. Right there. So this is actually quite an interesting variation. It's much more of a... Ooh, that was actually huge. This is less of an all-in on damage and a bit of everything, right? A bit of a jack of all trades. You got a safety, you take a big hit to your damage, but not in a way that makes you not hurt. Like, you're still doing it.
Well, I was about to question why Javier was ending the combos after launch with like the 2-4 or the 2-hit string on its own. That's why, because the restand, normally what you would end it with, doesn't exist, and you probably don't want to get punished for breakaway.
Now, Conflictus, we have to talk about Conflictus. He has been a day one Sub-Zero main, really not afraid to go for that high mix-up, high reward, high risk style, right? A lot of overhead, I mean, right there, right, just overhead slide dedication. Conflictus not afraid to go for it and really build that game around, as we saw him in week 1 doing the same thing. And I actually expected to see a little bit of a same kind of very high speed, high mix-up match, because Javier, not normally known for mix-up characters, but definitely very fast, right? The kind of quintessential Reborn Scorpion style. But bringing the Spawn out today, very different for him. And of course, that variation
online monster.
The Sub-Zero Godfather, the Sub-Father.
But I feel like that's just the way it is. A lot of Sub-Zero players in more modern Mortal Kombat games always pay tribute to the original. But it looks like we now go in. The slide. Oh, that's one of those accidental breakaways right there.
Oh, there it is.
Want to break that.
Now, this is actually an element to fighting. There's actually an element to playing a Spawn that I feel like Sub could have issues with, where...
Oh, you're dead.
No, never mind. Oh, he should have been. He should have been, but no, a big drop. I actually don't know what Javier was going for.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he still could have killed. I mean, we don't have that Fatal Phantasm. We don't have the bar for the second launch, but surely something. Unfortunately, there's a drop. Javier, will he live to regret this decision, or is it going to be out of it here?
I kept my Fatal Blow. As long as there's bar. Oh, but he used it. No, he used the slide KB, and there it is. It's the down one into itself. Turned it into chain. That would have...
For them, but absolutely there are different avenues you can go down. But with Spawn, I think actually another one of those where custom Spawn, lovely whiff punish, and the break just to guarantee or make sure you're good to do so. Spawn, a character that has a lot of options, but many of that charging Hell Spawn for the damage alone and then extra utility. Often it is that glide. Players still like the one, and I think that Conflictus, he is comfortable blocking that low, really forcing Javier to say, you want to get this mix-up on me, you have to put your life on the line to do it.
Well, I feel like that's not... I feel like that's not the reason he's picked the chain. I feel like he's totally okay to have the chain blocked. You almost want them to block it so you can establish it.
Yeah, I mean, look at the range it pushes you back. On block, look at the range it puts you to. Spawn is still
exactly
from that. Oh, the block again. You're going to forward to me, mate. Keep the chains. You got my
no, but you also got like, you'll whiff punish the big boot really well. You'll whiff punish like forward twos that aren't quite in range. You just have to watch out for amplified ice. He definitely hasn't been struggling with that so far. And then when you get close enough, you have choice, right? Yeah, you have the fireball for safety off certain buttons. You have the chain for safety off almost everything. No punish.
Wow, going in with the reversal slide from the pushback. You know, you were just talking about how he likely is happy to have it blocked and get pushed back because it puts you in standing 3 range. Speaking of which, expecting you to break. Now, Conflictus, I think what happens there is that you wait for the amp and then you break. You know, you can see a little bit of extra damage just to make sure that you don't get that break when they spend no bar. Such an interesting element of this matchup. The forward 2, Conflictus, you said, not afraid to live and die by the mix-up, and right now, living by it. But the punished nature of Spawn, never mind, meaty grab. It's grab. It's either side. It's forward 2. It's back 3. This is the Sub-Zero that we're familiar with.
I mean, I've always thought, and I know it's a lot of people that Sub just he does on paper have the best kind of throw game you can watch, right? One direction gives Oki, one doesn't. So it makes one grab like more likely to happen than the other one. He's got the one-sided KB and it's on the side that would not give him Oki, so it's like, you know, not the easiest to defend.
Oh my lord!
Of which, the low coming through Conflictus, we can see it, not quite enough to kill. Oh, but Javier walking in.
Oh, good lord. Defrost him just so he could suffer. That is savage.
I focused, very hard read focused at the same time. So you can never quite feel comfortable on defense. Ooh, big jump back, but a slide. Something though about Conflictus, he's not afraid to go for the high risk style. Oh, now those optimals will be a lot easier to hit the punish. Full punish, no less.
But this is also going to allow Javier to just be a bit more comfortable in general, because in that last matchup, there really is no getting around the fact that Conflictus was throwing everything and the kitchen sink at him. How many raw slides were just connecting and you know? You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, full anti-air. Just a raw teleport anti-air.
Being able to make a choice between damaging forward-facing ender or side switch as well. The demon dash and the spear.
But now Javier, he can play this full screen game. It's harder to react to the slide against the amplified ice ball, but from full screen, it's not impossible. Question is, can he stay there? Conflictus, he's kind of content to just sit. And oh my god, again, Conflictus. This is what I mean when I say he doesn't shy away from the high risk stuff. Like neutral slides, like they look random, but usually they're done to like check forward movement or to catch certain buttons. But in this quantity, there definitely comes a point they do look somewhat desperate. Good overhead.
However,
okay, here's the ice ball.
We are going to get more mix-ups. The back three, no confirm on it though. Letting the whole string rock. Down four is not going to get punished though. Teleport able to at least get him out. The block on the overhead again. Knowing a thing or two about that. Speaking of overheads, here comes the back three from Scorpion. And all it can take is...
Oh my goodness.
Oh, he's going to win the round. He's going to win the round. I've never seen so many slides, Mustard. I am in awe.
And that's saying something. You've been playing a ton of UMK3.
Oh yeah, I know. Oh no, you definitely see more slides in this game. It's so fast. It's so fast. Ooh, cancel again into the down four.
Oh, commitment
up on that. Indeed, punishment.
Oh, big damage though. 350 for that. Oh, but no, didn't quite get the jump in time to punish the wake up, and again, but no bar at least. The Conflictus, you see that down one on hit after getting hit by the teleport too. He does not want to give up this turn, even when he's taking damage.
This slide is clearly making Javier uncomfortable as well. It's putting him in a situation where he is just... You never know. You're always expecting it, and gets the jump in. Another overhead! Committing to it, ride or die.
And another one!
Another one! The mix machine. The never-ending mix. Now let's
everything else better. But if your defense against the most important thing just clearly isn't quite there, then obviously that is going to be enough to swing things around. Because Conflictus, me, look at it. He is fearless. He will commit and he will not think twice about it. And he is happy to do that because you know what? He's in Winners top 8. He was in top 8 last time as well, and he's currently up in games. Like, it's a style that works for him. And if you're not, and again, if you're not being able to defend against the neutral slides, if you're not being able to block the constant walk up overhead or meaty overhead, early reset into overhead, that is your problem, not his. And he will be able to get around on it. Like right here. Yeah, he committed. He committed. But if that connected, he would have won.
It would have, but we look at these situations where the second Sub-Zero gets that fatal blow, the entire dynamic becomes so much more critical. You don't want to get caught, jump in, stand and fall. Yeah, indeed. But Javier, he's ready for the commitment every single time now. However, counter hit
what a
with two. May as well spend it. May as well spend it while we have an opportunity. There's that down one, but here comes the uppercut to the chin. Another good catch. The full combo, Javier. Oh, the catch down.
Hello.
Oh, 48%. Not used to seeing Scorpion do that.
Oh, the late breakaway from Conflictus, though. I don't know. Yeah, he was trying. I think at that point, though, you just need to keep yourself alive. Like, even
this is another one-sided game for Javier, where he's essentially just going to block and punish and wait for the overhead, which is catching him a lot more.
The problem is easier than done.
Yeah. Oh no, because it's a mix-up. It is. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
No, so the way it generally boils down to is the overhead can be reacted to, but you cannot react to the overhead and tech throws at the same time. A Sub-Zero player that can sense and get the feel that you are looking for the reaction will throw you, and the throw will deter you from reacting, right? That's the general gist of the gameplay.
So that's how going to be a side switch at the end and a swift match point here for Javier, who at this point, I think he's actually catching sight that Conflictus probably feeling the pressure a little bit on defense. And there's the reversal grab, catching the...
Actually, was that was a true punish as well on the teleport. Kind of hard.
Full combo. just goes for the slide, and then no need to spend the crushing blow yet. That's an important resource. However, back to the corner. No break here from Conflictus. Happy to hold the meter, but again, squirming a little bit on defense. There's that down one. No confirm on the low, letting the whole string rock. Looking for the overhead this time. Javier ready for the punish. And again, no break from Conflictus. Happy to use it instead. Chases it down. Okay. And the confirm.
Oh, that was really good. But he can't kill. He wants to go for another reset. Dash up low twice. Oh, and the down one. And there it is. The creeping ice. Match point in both players. That creeping ice, he's had it the whole set, but Conflictus, he wants the biggest reward. So he's always committing to the ice ball instead. Now we get this. Oh, speaking of commitment.
I was about to say there were less slides in this matchup, but that one a little bit of a different course. And the question is, how expensive was it? Because now, losing it doesn't want to overcommit to the forward two. Would have been a punish with his name on it. Here comes the forward throw. This one, double-digit plus frames on that forward throw. The down one, cheeky. Oh no.
Yep.
The mix continues.
Oh, hello, another environment used. But that was his only bar of defense. And that's that. No, there's 60 seconds left on the clock, and that's going to take about 40 to come back. Conflictus isn't going to have a breakaway for pretty much the entire rest of the round.
Here's the button press. Ready for the down one. Right, what's it going to be? Ending it with the corner positioning. The jump in. The overhead again.
Hang on.
The absolute commitment. And he mixed
it. No, he didn't commit. No, he committed that. One time too many. No, one time too many. Ketchup. One commitment too much. That is truly the most tragic way that could have gone for Conflictus. He got the mix-up. No, he won it. He got the mix-up. That was the one mix-up in this entire set that he didn't commit to. The one mix-up he didn't just feel deep down was going to work. So he didn't confirm it, and he didn't even commit, right? He just was like, I'll do this to establish it, and it is what it is. That was the one time in the whole set he arguably shouldn't have done that. And then he committed to the unsafe one. And
he saw it one time.
Now, okay, so, yeah, funnily enough about how Lawcorridor has been playing Joker, I remember when Old first came out, we would see Lawcorridor play Jumping Jester, Super Jump, and, you know, the low back gunshot. I remember seeing him say, I would never need to play anything else. I literally don't need other characters or other variations because this does everything I need it to do. But here we are. This is definitely what I feel like is the Sonic Fox variation, which is the Kabal and the Jumping Jester. So, you know, you keep the anti-breakaway, you keep the corner potential, you know, the combo potential, but just the fully fledged get a hit with punish, confirm into huge damage that you get from Kabal. I like how there's already like multiple forms of Joker that are popping up. You know? This is not a one variation character. Speaking of which,
being able to do confirm though, and the use of Kabal, especially off the cancel game, you know, the ability to get those cancels on deck from Fatal Blow, not having to just commit to that 1-2, which can have a launch on it, yeah, but it's a bit harder to confirm. Whereas, you know, you stick out any kind of mid, and then you get that Kabal into a full combo. We're talking about it though, right as Asodimazze is spending the entire game keeping Lawcorridor away. You know, this is the nature of no pun intended with Cetrion, right? Of the character being able to keep you full screen and just have this plethora of options.
I mean, there really isn't much to be said about this, you know, Cetrion variation. Asodimazze is a player that hasn't been said a billion times. You know, like Asodimazze, one of the true, you know, most dedicated European players. He's been around for a long time in the Winners community. Very successful in MK11 and a day one Cetrion player. You know, we really, like, his gameplay will speak for itself. There isn't much we need to say as we see him again continue to push this advantage. The roll is punished by the ground pound, and this is where things get dangerous. Avoiding that chip damage. These flawless blocks, however, from Lawcorridor, they were clutch until one didn't work out there. No doubt trying to flawless block that use. It's so essential to what Joker can just really do. That corner pressure getting more dangerous. The utility that comes with it. But, yeah, one of the few characters that it won't trade favorably with all the time is going to be that Cetrion. Because you'll hit her with it, but then she'll knock you away with a boulder or knock you back with enough hit advantage. And now Asodimazze very capable with that. Ooh, and those upward boulders are definitely being used to try and stop jumps. Super jumps specifically.
But it will open up that dynamic. You know, you go for those up boulders right as a low gunshot happens, you lose the trade, and you get that kind of, you know, roughly almost 20% damage, unbreakable, just coming out of nowhere. You would think on paper that maybe Lawcorridor has a bit of a better chance in this matchup with this, but he still has to watch out for the fast, instant startup options of some of these ranged moves that Cetrion has. You know, the ground pound, for example, that full screen earthquake. but Lawcorridor, fatal blow is available. This could be it, cancel. Oh, lets it rock. That's either a bait or that was a missed forward input right there. Not sure what to make of that one. I'm inclined to think that was an execution error.
I feel like that would definitely have been a questionable time to let it go intentionally, so I can only imagine it was a mistake. Which we do see happen every now and then, you know. Execution errors, they do happen in tournament. Not everyone is a robot. Only a few people.
We're all human.
The robots.
Yeah, exactly. They'll just deny it. Now, there's that 1-2-3 game, the pushback. But pushback is not something that Cetrion really worried about. There's that forward 2. Good for Lawcorridor that it connected on block, because that would have been whiff punish City every time. You know, Cetrion, she doesn't get heaps of damage outside of crushing blows, but she hits you into the vine confirm. It's about 20% into more setup. You know, whether it's guaranteed chip from the win, whether it's sending you full screen into more zoning.
It is one of those eternal talking points, right? Like, the one thing that Cetrion doesn't have on paper is high damage, but at the same time, she kind of does do damage. Like, she doesn't do a lot on paper, but the amount that she hits you, the chip that adds up, the way that you can't really avoid it.
Oh!
There's the grabs. Her throw game so dangerous, her chip damage so scary, and Asodimazze now up 2-0 over local. An interesting thing though is this is Rising Star and throwing shades, which we're very used to seeing, but instead of the armor break that we typically see, he has that, the low force ball. This is the typical go-to kind of, I don't want to say counter zoning, it's more about just keeping up with good fireballs with a good fireball. And this is the low fireball, definitely the better option for Johnny Cage.
However, we saw the immediate crushing blow right there. A big launch into chunky damage. The pushback, Asodimazze will still be comfortable, but it is that arcing projectile. You said competing with projectiles. Those moves like Howl's Wrath, where she goes into the air, she's probably going to still get hit by the arcing force ball. Now, there's the flawless block for the mid. Now, you can't flawless block everything in Tornado, but the mid you generally can. Lovely pickup. And wait a minute.
No, you did say. Yeah, you did say you weren't sure if this is a character that Lawcorridor had played much, but we're definitely seeing, with the exception of that miss, we're definitely seeing some crispy execution here. The flawless block into, like, you know, the standing 1 dash cancels, they're not easy with Johnny Cage in this game. Lawcorridor nailing these so far. Gets a round on the board. I think the first round he's got all set as well with Johnny Cageable characters.
There's that whip punish.
Big whip punish.
Who knew Lawcorridor had a Johnny Cage? I'm going to be honest, I've never seen him play it. Oh, God.
Oh, I love that. No, I love that. That is the way of getting max damage and the side switch. Asodimazze, that jump kick teleport on a breakaway read. That was really nice. Get out of the corner. Get the screen space again. And look at him just backing off. He does not want anything to do with a close range Johnny Cage. No, sir. I can't say I blame him. Oh, there's the anti-air, but fatal blow is in play. He does have throwing shades. He could kill maybe at this health. And the fatal blow coming out again. Dedicates the entire thing. That's going to be a full combo, but no shades actually. Really, I just don't think was going to be able to get the kill on that. And wanting to maybe save it for later. Because if you do concede the round, kind of like now, going into round 3 with a crushing blow. No, I do think not using the shades there was a mistake, though. I feel like the shades is a comeback mechanic. If you use the shades and lose the round, so be it. You still have fatal blow the next round, but you're not as likely to get shades and fatal blow in the same round if it's round 3. You know what I mean? I do genuinely think that shades would have been the right choice there. Standing 1 punish, turn it into shades for much bigger damage, maybe restand, threaten another hit, something. Right
well,
now,
we might be talking about this in a little while, because so far Asodimazze looking really confident in what could be this final round. No, we're punishing that back 3, although definitely looking for it. Okay, there's the mid. Oh, he crossed up standing 1. Yeah, indeed. Still hasn't got the life lead, but this is a damn good start.
Oh, grab and yep, throws out of the corner, trying to keep it tricky. Now shades will kill, but so will actually at 400. Yeah, so will fatal blow if he confirms into it.
Asodimazze.
Oh, interrupt.
Probably going to be holding that block button like his life depends on it. He'll be content taking grabs right now. He will block every single low and mid until the grab will kill absorption.
Oh, the raw kick. That was such a good read, but the max range. Oh, no. A max range down 4 into the instant friendship. Asodimazze. Now, that shadow kick from Johnny Cage, right at the end there, right? Lawcorridor, the final one, that was a perfect kick, because not only did it put Asodimazze in the corner, it was and start playing in these tournaments as well. And our match is beginning. Lag.
Zoker.
Oh no.
Now I was paying attention to Zoker's variation. There's no air dash, which is a very common Kabal move that a lot of people like to take. But at the same time, we have the dash cancel, we have the low hook grab, we have the hook grab. This is going to be mix into damage. And you can even see the variation name, MKX character. Expect some damage and expect some strong mix-ups up close. I don't know why I struggled to say mix-ups there. I don't even know what I just said. Mix-ups, I think I said. Anyway, Ladno, I think, going in with that much well. Taking the skin that has the black ice, a little bit harder to see on certain stages. I see it. Look, it's right there.
Oh, right. Okay, so Ladno's got Rising Ice. I like that. So Rising Ice and Air Axe. I like that a lot.
Okay, aside from it, mid-screen is a true 50-50s.
Oh, ooh, tricky. And a dash up grab again. You can tell Zoker really wants to establish this early game. And I think if you're playing the dash cancel Kabal, you need to make sure that grabs are respected. You know, you have to enforce them. Oh, hello. No pickup. Oh, the jump back. Zoker's doing this a lot. Yeah, wants no part in having to sit there and block against a fatal blow ready Sub-Zero. Now, it's interesting you should mention it, though, because we are seeing Zoker without the air dash, which is definitely kind of... I would definitely say it's been the flavor of the month, Kabal. We're definitely seeing it a lot in competitive, because it's very different to what Kabal was doing before. It lets him play a very different style. But it is by no means the only Kabal one. Zoker, he was a Kabal specialist with multiple variations before customs were even a thing, right? We actually saw clean cut more than anything else from him in tournaments. So he's definitely not going to be afraid to be a bit more experimental and mix these moves together. Oh, there is the counter hit. Big damage. Yep. Here we go. Oh, good setup. Oh, that was so good. That was so good.
Knowing that they're going to come out and block it, the guaranteed jumping into plus frames from the cancel. Zoker bringing forward that Kabal tech always. And this is not surprising for me. Dedicates to it. The low, consistently, and again, another one. That flat 10% in Zoker.
Oh, the combo brutality. Oh dear. My goodness. I've got to say as well, by the way, it's not relevant to the match, but Zoker cancelled for massive frame advantage. So you have that extra layer on top of what is already the low mix-up. So it does add that extra layer of spice to it that will make it really difficult to deal with. Big neutral jump connecting, and Zoker showing us a bit of a masterclass in Kabal. What a setup. Ooh, that was a good knockdown advantage.
Yeah, using
I've got to say, I really like the way Zoker is playing. He doesn't have like just these set combos every time, right? Different enders, keeping you on your toes. You never know when he's going to go for some sort of reset.
Mix.
But on the flip side, Ladno, I have to say, Ladno definitely having a hard time with his combo game. He's getting a lot of Rising Ice and not a lot of damage from it. He's just not getting the pickups, and the damage being left on the table is substantial.
Zoker looking for a whiff punish there, the back one, not quite able to come through. Jumping on the cancels of the two buttons too. That general rule of thumb, and by the way, that should be a catch. There should be a full combo and a round win for Ladno, and it will be. Now, what I was going to say is, the general rule of Kabal's cancels, if you cancel off a single hit, it tends to be pretty plus. If it's a double hit, it tends to be significantly less plus. But I think that's why when Zoker does like 2 hits into cancel, he's jumping. You know, if you're going to try and challenge or whatever, he's still making it an awkward position.
And that's what it's about. When you give yourself frame advantage, it's not about guaranteeing the same thing every time. It's about just making your opponent feel like they just can't move. Every time they try and press, or every time they make a decision to get out of that advantage, you're just hitting them for it.
And you know that Zoker will have those he's going to have those single hit confirms on lock. If he's hitting those single buttons into dash, it's not random, I promise. Like, on block, he'll cancel it. On hit, you have those extra frames to work with to see that it's landed. You can let the whole thing go. So really nice. Oh! The anti-air down 3, and he knows you're going to try and challenge for a confirm. Whiff punish again.
Big whiff punish, yeah. Actually, whiff punish with just the lead into the low as well. Yeah, just try and keep it safe. Well, not even safe, but trying to keep like, yeah, if I hit, you're dead, and on block, at least it's a mix-up. That would also kill.
Oh, looks for the anti-air again. Down 3, not quite able to land. There's that 4-4 plus frames once more. The grab game's so scary. If you take this Kabal, oh no! Full combo. Side switch. And that's going to be it. The low just
my goodness.
Oh, God! Ladno is really struggling with this, looking for the meaty down one. The mix-up again off that back one. Tries to wake up 3, and that's a confirm. That's the game.
I think that's it. He's dead.
Finishes. Oh, on a slam. Zoker. This is, I'm going to say...
Dash cancel and hook grab are very common, but you can go for like one of his 2 restands. You can go for the safe one and the gas blast. You can go for the universal one and the extended hook, right? You have the air dash. Like there are so many choices that Kabal has, the options. You really can like play the Kabal that you want and do well. And Zoker has always been a really good example of that. But in customs, it did take him a little bit of time to get into his stride. Like you said, when we last saw him in customs, I don't think he was even playing this variation.
Whoa! Lovely pickup there from Zoker. Let's not forget Kabal. I think one of the victims of the down 1 changes, where those down 1 confirms dash in, definitely affected those combos mid-screen. Doesn't sound like much, but you do have to go for slightly different combos now. Maybe not so much in the corner, but that will be a catch now. Ladno gets the launch. Break at the last minute to try and save his skin. There's that short hop. Was it a flawless block attempt? Who knows? Either way, it's going to be Ladno taking the round. First of which, and signs of life at last from Ladno. I think that Zoker has really been in charge of this whole set.
Now, question does remain to be, because that's what happened in the second game. Ladno took a relatively strong first round, but it quickly slipped away again. And will it happen here now? Oh, that was a big read on the KB.
Yes, it was. At a range where you feel safe.
Oh my goodness.
It rock. Still gets the pickup as well. Those combos are significantly harder.
Yeah, he whiffed the standing 2 in the 2-3 and it's still comboed. I've never seen that. That's match point.
Corner pressure as well, Zoker. And because we've seen he has those confirms on lock, every time he does the overhead off that back 1 string, I'm pretty sure he's looking where if it lands, he will still get the combo into the dash and it'll cancel the block. We're clearly seeing that in action. Not quite going for anti-cross up there. Didn't trust its reliability as that meaty. There's the confirm again. This time, gets it completely guaranteed. He'll slam it down for the extra damage.
Normally you won't see Kabal players ending in that KB unless they really want the damage, because that is his biggest opener. But you've got this much of a lead. It's not about getting the biggest damage potentially. It's about extending that life lead as much as possible. And the armor break, a good way of doing it in that situation. Zoker tempting fate now. Fatal blow there. Oh no!
He didn't hold it, maybe.
Yeah, he just didn't know. He didn't hold it. He didn't hold the amplify button. That would have KB'd that sword. But he just let go. He still tried to pick up. Oh, he did the dash.
It is very unusual that he would go for that.
Oh!
1-1-1. That's going to be game over right there. Zoker nearly had quite a significant choke.
Sub-Zero, someone without much of a care for the risk-reward factor, so to speak. And that could be a very dangerous tool playing against someone like Aso, you know, who's expecting usually people to play in a more of a conventional, like, way that you would expect from a competitive player. But Conflictus really breaking the mold in that sense, like right there, just challenging with a slide. Unafraid to just throw out some risky decisions and just get the maximum mileage out of them if they do work.
I've definitely seen more raw slides from Conflictus than I think any other Sub-Zero player, and there are multiple reasons for it, right? I very rarely feel like it's just being done for the sake of it. I feel like it's the slide is there to occupy space, to check forward movement, all that kind of good stuff. But in this kind of instance, right, it's gonna be maybe like the Boulder has the long startup, the Hell's Wrath has to jump first, so maybe he's like trying to catch them before they're active, but I just don't know if that's going to work here. I think Asodimazze is too good at building that space, playing around it, keeping you as far away as possible, despite your options are coming in. You know, he knows Sub-Zero looking for the big boot, looking for the slide. If he can outspace them both, and with punish or whatever it is, depending on the range, I think it'd be a lot better off. And there it is, the first overhead opener of the day. Immediately turned into a low.
So like Aso is a very defensive player. He's no slouch as well. So it's things like the risky slides. They're definitely going to get punished 100% of the time. And I think Aso's got them in mind. Like he doesn't want to just let Conflictus play his game, but the block on the forward 2, forcing the breakaway, gets himself out of the corner and able to work with a nice health lead right now. The jump kick OS into the Hell's Wrath, and that's all he needs to secure the first game. He doesn't need to play his game. Like he can afford to just do nothing with a health lead and make him approach. And that's what's really scary, because like you said, he's just impatient with his approach. It's the slides, the forward fours, these things are eventually just going to get stuffed and crushed by Asodimazze, unless Conflictus starts to change up the game a little bit more.
Well, there's a reason we're talking about it in regards to like the way in, because you can't really just sit and block against Sub-Zero from point blank, because that's where obviously the overhead low game, the throw mix up, it's very dangerous. But when it's like him just closing the distance and that's where the damage is coming from, that's where it gets dangerous. And there's another reset attempt for Conflictus, going for a lot of resets, which means he is leaving his damage quite low. But I understand why, because if he finishes his combos and ends in slide, or ends in 1-2-4, whatever, ends in amp slide even, he's going to end the combo with you being full screen. And full screen is clearly where he's struggling. So to not end the combo full screen, he has to completely just neuter his damage 100%.
Yeah.
You're going to be like going toe-to-toe with damage, and that's going to be rough.
And right now, Aso is just comfortable to play his game right now. That slide didn't quite work out. Neither player is being able to get a punish on each other. But the Deadly Wind's pushing back to a safer space. That forward throw is going to give him some nice Ilki to work with. But choosing to back off. The forward 2 ice ball, gonna clip.
Oh, dash up grab, full screen again. Aso's going to be happy with it.
That was a very risky decision, to be honest. That was it felt like moments away from just getting clipped by the... Oh, using the full string to actually escape and get the punish.
Oh, what's the mix-up? Oh, the mid! Oh, and that is the Cetrion effect.
Lock them down. But Cetrion, on the other hand, you know, she's able to teleport herself out the corner, and I think maybe getting him to teleport and sliding to challenge those teleports could be an option, but Conflictus really just needs to hold him down and make a guess. Like, that's pretty much all it comes down to, right?
Well, that's what he's playing for. You know, he wants to get that hit. He's going for a ton of resets because he specifically wants that. But here could be a different change. We're actually starting to see a lot more of the creeping ice in this game, which is normally something that Conflictus doesn't tend to go for. I feel like he uses creeping ice like less than any other Sub-Zero player, because I think he'd rather just dedicate and go, you know what, if this hits, boom. If it's blocked, so be it. Which,
yeah.
Ooh, hello.
I was curious to see if you could actually get a follow-up on that.
Yeah, I was half expecting him to try it.
But yeah, so you know, with the resets anyway, that Conflictus has been using. Now I'm curious to know why he's choosing. Oh, and that should be the round right there. Yeah, unscaled into that fatal blow. To stand for fatal blow, this should be the round for Conflictus right now. But yeah, in regards to the resets, he's using the standing 4 resets. And I'm curious to know why. Because of the way that he plays, he's very like he commits to the mix. He commits to the unsafe mix. That ending in standing 2 just seems kind of like better for that, because it's plus 22 and it has a very minimal pushback on hit, so you're just guaranteeing like a 50-50 that they're holding afterwards.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to guarantee the overhead low mix-up, but there's cutting your damage and then there's cutting your damage that much. I feel like he's trying to find the middle ground between going for a reset and not doing so low damage it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's kind of what he's mainly looking for. But he's actually doing well in this game. He's used the fatal blow, but he's still got the life lead here. Decent on bar, decent resources. Asodimazze, no breakaway. And there's another attempt to go in for that overhead. Just really wanting it. Another one. There it is. Now this time he cashed.
I think he's got the...
There's the slide.
Yeah. He has that KB should he need it, but in this much health, I don't think you have to worry about that too much.
Oh, but there's a higher jump. Asodimazze doing Hell's Wrath from higher up now, so he doesn't have to worry about the ice ball punish.
I do admire like the reactions to just, you know, see it being charged up and then go for the max height jump right straight over there just to challenge.
That one could have been dangerous.
So opting to teleport his way in.
Back! He found it! Is that enough? Oh my goodness!
Stand 3.
Yeah, that was the slowest, most drawn out comeback I've seen, but Asodimazze managed to make it work. I've got to say, that was an unfortunate round to let slip for Conflictus. He was in the lead confidently, but not anymore. Now it's match point for Aso. No fatal blow left to use either to bring that comeback potential back. Empty jump throw. Oh dear.
The classic. It's at this point, it's just really difficult when Conflictus is getting clipped by so much. Finds himself a nice chunk of damage right there, though. 342 with that 4-2 slide. He's down on that KB now, but he still has the 124 KB unspent. Still has his down 2 KB, I'm pretty sure.
It's Sub-Zero, man. You think a big damage resource is gone, and there lies another one. you didn't realize. Oh, big wake up jump. But I like it. Yeah, turns it into a reset. Reset again. Not again. Didn't work. Now fatal blow's a threat. He can't fire ice balls. Oh, but no! He just goes to the raw
It's not enough.
Kill, however. My goodness, that was so dangerous.
He's gonna have to be really careful. If he throws an ice ball at the wrong space, that fatal blow is gonna chew him up.
Amplify will beat Fatal Blow, but normal won't!
Oh,
my goodness, that was
in.
so cheeky. So dangerous! Not enough. Oh! And the ground pound to go underneath. Asodimazze goes for the perfect play at the perfect time. Conflictus. That was the final ice ball he's going to throw in this tournament.
He had time to unfreeze and still get the friendship. What a Chad.
That's kind of BM.
That was beautiful. Here's the one that's playing for like the crucial points. VGY is really playing for the ability to be comfortably, you know, qualified right now. It's just trying to add on to the 350 points he got from the first week. But Zoker has been absolutely no slouch from that last set that we saw against Ladno earlier on in the top 8. An exceptionally good Kabal player hailing from the Italian scene. And the winner of this, obviously, you know, is going to be playing off against Asodimazze. We'll get around to that after the set, but there's some interesting talking points with that being said.
Well, maybe there's some interesting possibilities. Really going to get an all-Italian loser semi-final, which is a match we've seen before. Zoker and Aso definitely not too strangers to playing each other. But on the flip side, VGY. You know, VGY and Asodimazze, they have played a lot in tournaments as well. VGY has quite a good track record there, so we've definitely got some good matches up and coming, to be sure. Corner pressure already to VGY. Oh, and there's the immediate counter poke Rising Star. Oh, the commit.
Oh, really committed.
Oh, the big damage, and there it is. VGY keeps it as tricky to break as possible. Not completely unbreakable, but enough to make it quite difficult to deal with at the very least. And a good life bar to VGY.
Yeah, I really agree with his decision making over there. The breakaway was really, you know, pretty greedy from Zoker, to be honest, in that situation. But right now, VGY is just unrelenting with this corner pressure with Johnny. Using that low hook, gonna push him further out towards the mid screen, but right now you're still on the defensive. Forced to try and work your way out against Johnny Cage. Not the most comfortable thing to do in the game.
Ooh. Oh, the restand as well? 350 restand. Hello. VGY, this monstrous corner pressure. Johnny Cage, one of the scariest corner characters in the game. Where do we go from here?
Alright, got shimmied. Should be a healthy, just under 30% right here. Gonna get the back throw, Oki too.
Oh, good hit again. Zoker, not afraid of going for that back one low, but he has to be careful now. That low hook will get him killed if it's blocked now. No, no!
Oh,
and there's the instant recognition. VGY sees that Zoker, with just the smallest fraction of time, mistiming that meaty throw. And an instant punish. No hesitation. 1-0 lead to VGY now. Good whip punish there. It's not new to fighting games overall, but this is the first fighting game that he's, you know, competed in seriously and really, you know, took this seriously as a competitive game. And we're seeing a lot of results, right? You know, I think it's already over.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow, that was really clean. Kind of debuted at Celtic Throwdown last year, over a year ago, and has just gone from strength to strength. It was definitely a favorite potentially to win the last chance qualifier at Final Combat last year. Has been playing in a lot of community online tournaments. Of course, you know, sponsored by CGL. They've definitely been looking after him and he's been playing a lot on that grind always. Definitely one of the more scarier modern players, to be sure. And as I can say that before I've even finished my sentence, has won the first round with immense corner pressure. Again, its ability to just get you here and keep you here. VGY.
It's just an absolute myriad of like good pokes with, you know, good advantage, good staggers, and just decent confirms. And all of that when you're piling it on with each other, it's just, you don't really want to be on the receiving end of Johnny. In that corner, especially VGY's Johnny. And right now VGY just comfortably trying to play with the space as Zoker's trying to fill them up and control that space around the back one and using his buzzsaws to try and establish something. But right now, Zoker is the one with the health deficit.
But you know he's got to watch out for those swords though, right? This is definitely a matchup that VGY is familiar with. He's done it many times in the past. He's not going to be against the idea of floors blocking those air swords. I mean, Kabal really excels in that kind of mid-range to jump distance with those buttons, but you know what? That's also where Johnny wants to be. Kind of an awkward neutral to play. We see a trade, but it's a trade in VGY's favor, to be sure. He's got that big life lead. Zoker really trying to get something started, but again, cuts it short. Goes for the low hook.
Yeah, didn't want to commit to that counter hit. Could have potentially spent the KB.
I feel like VGY has
reset to neutral, but the anti
hit to this. No. Oh my goodness. In this round, I honestly feel like VGY's had next to no massive openings. That was almost an entire life is playing. The hook grab isn't working because he's not getting opened up. The dash cancel isn't happening because VGY is doing a great job of kind of just staying outside of the range of even letting him get these buttons on block. Because this variation of Kabal just needs you blocking something to establish something dangerous. And that's why VGY, I mean, look at the way he's standing, right? The movement underneath, ducking under the air saw for a punish, and corner pressure. But he's enforcing corner pressure from that kind of magic distance in MK11 where you're far enough away that their buttons don't reach, but if they try anything, you can kill them for it. And he knows that. VGY is just playing
2 rolls out of that corner.
Too slow.
Really didn't want to stay in there, and even after all that bar spent, Zoker doesn't have too much of a health lead right now. Zoker right now just trying to use the projectiles to yeah, control the space and everything, but he's gonna have to be careful about that fatal blow.
If he gets tagged by anything, he's dead. Shades is there, ready to be used. Ooh.
Oh, what a challenge.
Oh, that could have been a trip guard. Speaking of which, there it is, cancel. Not even spinning the shades, doesn't need to. Oh, no. Actually, I thought it was going to
Zoker being pretty greedy with that breakaway.
I actually thought VGY was going to go for just the armor break right away, but he didn't. It didn't matter. Zoker tried to go for one of those fatal blows. Didn't quite catch out, and that does mean now VGY sitting on match point.
It was almost pretty bad for
Hello.
VGY. Damn, though. The meaty Nomad dash. But luckily for him, yeah, he won the round. He still has the Shades KB now for the final round situation for himself to close out the set potentially. But right now, Zoker has the upper hand, a big health lead right now, over half the life.
Oh my goodness, big hit confirm. Oh, but a breakaway. VGY confident. He does have fatal blow. He does still have the shades because he didn't use them before. The shades here could start a comeback. Oh no, not quite in time.
He was really trying to shimmy that and get the punish. Finding a punish now.
That was optimal punish, and he had the shades. There's the launch. Big damage. Block. Oh no, not quite enough to kill. Fatal blow. Oh, run up mid. Fatal blow for good measure. Unnecessary, but hey, we'll take it. VGY with a clutch play into that Shades KB. Johnny Cage, forever the comeback machine. Throw in shades or throw in rounds. Either way.
Command grab and the low fireball, which is pretty well-rounded variation. But it's interesting to see him play Lu. Now, I know the thing is I wouldn't count Josh play, like, I wouldn't count him out playing any character, to be honest. I've seen this guy destroy people with Shao Kahn like it's nothing. And playing a character like Lu, who is, you know, still considered one of the best characters in the game, I imagine that he's probably feeling pretty confident going into this. But Javier has the power of the entire Spanish community behind him, and they get hype.
Liu Kang's up 2. It is a strong up 2, but it doesn't quite have the range. It's not really quite as versatile as the others. It is super fast, but it's not very far-reaching. We'll see it be too much. Now, a good thing about Liu Kang in the hands of any player is, I feel like Liu Kang is a more rush-down version of Johnny, where if you are fundamentally sound at the game, you should be able to pick up those characters quite quickly. And Liu Kang is very similar to that. And oh, you can see both bars? Yeah, that KB so close. Oh, that was quite a dangerous OP tool from Josh. Just need something here, but not quite enough to chip yet. And there's the down one. Manages to find it. But Liu Kang, he's not the most complicated character on paper, right? Like, if you are good at the game, you should be able to pick him up, get to grips with him. Very crushing blow. You need a decent amount of game sense. And if you have that, which we know Josh does, you should be able to make some pretty magical things happen.
Honestly, delaying that as well, that wasn't even a true take throw right there. It was really just a back one stagger into the Kasari slam. Gets that for him, but a throw tech from Javier. Getting a throw for himself, tacking on the escape failed. Gonna have that one in the pocket for later unless Josh can successfully take another throw, but the down 2 KB. Speaking of throws, gets blown up for using one. And and ending in that Demon Dash. What a cool looking normal for 419 damage into another KB.
I feel no pain.
Well, that was a sequence.
Final round. Fight.
Javier just made like the right
Crushing
call
blows
so
back
many
to back.
times.
Yeah.
Oh my
big
god, he's
damage.
got
And
3
speaking of
KBs
crushing
back to
blow.
back.
Yep. We are
Shove him
done.
the sandal.
So much KB damage.
Oh look, he's fishing for another one. He's trying to spend them all now.
He's got some
back three.
requirement he's going for.
Yeah.
So they're very
Josh
close
using
to
his
number
movement
1
very
for Josh.
nicely.
There's a big hit. Second bar spent. We're cashing out. Ooh. Okay, what's the read? Oh, counter hit. Oh no.
Start.
Oh no. He can't break. There's one. Right, he's definitely got the bicycle kick KB. Big damage. Fatal blow there. 2. The tree. Oh no.
Oh.
He opened up. Now this won't kill. No, 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 no. This won't kill, but it will be damn close. Oh my goodness. What's it going to be? Fireball will kill. So with just about anything else.
Oh god, yeah, but the space he's at
Chip. Oh my god. Out of all the options.
much compared to some other players around the European online scene. But every time I do see him, he's significantly better than he was before.
I mean, Javier is just one of those players that was born and bred in the mean streets of online, you know what I mean? Like, bit of a ranked demon, always has been, even back to like other NetherRealm games, but this is the first time I've seen him compete a lot. But this is also the highest quantity of online tournaments. You know, there are definitely players out there that, I don't know if they don't travel offline because maybe they can't, or, you know, obviously maybe they don't have the funds to travel, or maybe they're just not interested in going offline to compete. But when we have a year like we've had right now, where online events are aplenty, you know, these online players do get their moments to really start competing and entering tournaments. And we're seeing exactly that. Josh tries to go for a big pickup there, but not quite close enough to the corner, unfortunately. So this Liu Kang pick. Oh, there's a slight delay. There it is. Gets it this time. Ooh, big damage for Liu
Finds
Kang.
that confirmed. 32% in that down 1 check, gonna close out the round for himself. Josh looking real clean and comfortable right now playing this Liu Kang.
Round 2. Fight.
And the movement too. You know, we do say often that VGY has some of the best movement in the scene, but it runs in the family. Josh knows a thing or two about that movement.
And he does, getting staggered on for days right now, answering back, trying to fight his way out the corner. Javier with the positioning, but that throw whiff was unfortunate for him. Josh capitalizing on the situation and puts him in the corner. Plus frames.
Now, Josh is making some big call-outs here, though. Like, he's getting a lot of plus frames or advantage, and he's kind of just... He's actually doing nothing with them. I think he's wanting Javier to press. He's committing to the patience.
You know, I actually, on second thought, I wonder how much these guys have actually played against each other, because Josh frequently plays Combat League like every season, doesn't he? So,
Yeah, for
I
sure.
wonder if maybe they've
definitely imagine
played
they've
against
at
each other
least
quite
played in
frequently.
Combat League. Ooh,
Catches
big
that forward
hit
forward two.
Yeah.
All he needed. 20% into the round win. Javier now evening things out this game, looking to try and tie things up 1-1, but a throw tech right there from Josh, not letting any of that slide.
Oh, big catch on the jump back there, though. Oh, and a grab again. Now,
Okay, the jump in, checked into the back.
He gets a very strong tick throw off the environment on the stage. We're going to see it come to use. He's about close enough. Back one.
Yep.
Ooh,
Oh, didn't
no, he
use
finished
it.
the string.
I think he was trying to check Josh unknowing that on the back
Ooh!
tick.
Yeah, that was actually really smart from Josh to wait. Oh, and the option select jump kick. Now Fatal Blue's there again. Are we going to see it? Oh, that could have been so dangerous. Oh, not enough to kill. Oh, and always a back three moment in Scorpion Town. As the
It seemed like it was kind of just based on reads more than anything. But I don't really know.
This actually is no. This is a matchup that I see a lot of Skarlet players say they don't like. You know, long recovery on buttons makes it very whiff punishable. You know, kind of real built around that projectile game. Now this move right here, I made the mistake of calling it Boiling Point earlier, but it's not. It's the alternate version. It's Retribution. It's a true restand, a high damage restand to be sure. But it's a move that we're not seeing too many Skarlet players go with.
Yeah, it's slightly different. Boiling Point raises them in the air, right?
Yeah, boiling point is, it's like the exact same kind of tracking for the most part, but boiling point is just huge damage, and this is like a higher damage but restand option. So it doesn't have quite the same, but it's definitely high damage for a restand at the very least. But Josh.
Well, Javier right now, he is getting the damage to even out the health bars right now. Josh is in Fatal Blow territory. Both players are. It's really going to come down to the next confirm is going to close out the game. Josh trying to find these blood shots to just try and heal back a little bit of life at least. Doesn't want to give Javier the spear crushing blow.
But there's the whiff punish. That tongue is going to be a good answer for it. Oh, but the big walk back into back one. Javier finding that good mid and an even better confirm. Josh going down around. But historically, this actually, no, like I was saying, this isn't a matchup that I've seen Skarlet players say they like at all. In fact, I have seen specifically people say it is a bad matchup for her. But Josh picking into it against Scorpion, he must believe different. It's already a very different style of Skarlet. Retribution already being quite a good damage answer, right? I mean, look at that. Almost quarter life restand off a high punish. That's not bad.
23% restand. And Javier presses back 1-4. That is
the character that doesn't spend a lot of bar. I mean, where else? Yeah, what else is she spending the bar on? Like, it's Skarlet. Oh,
the duck. Did not let that slide. I guess that close to the interactable. You gotta be careful. 2 ways. 50%. Look at that. 503 damage. Alright, getting back some life is Josh.
Heal back a little bit. The important thing is he's just been able to survive. Oh, the whip punish! Oh my good lord, that was clean. Oh, baby. My goodness.
And Josh,
that was clean.
Showing off. It's no surprise to me that his Skarlet is good.
Fight.
But seeing it being, I guess, this competent is surprising. That he just seems comfortable enough on the character to almost, you know, be able to press things and make decisions as if they were second nature. Just like instinctually.
Oh, look at that punish. That is clean over 1/4 life. But I remember seeing from Josh a while ago, I think it actually may have been week 1 of pro competition. He said he qualified for top 8 using only Skarlet. So I'm inclined to think he's been playing the character for quite a while. We just haven't seen it much in tournament at the very least on stream. No, but the catch! And the heal just for good measure.
The interactable didn't work out. He's so lucky that last hit did not clip him on the way down. Josh now with a big life lead. It's his game to lose. Javier is just going to have to slowly work his way in.
Oh my goodness, that can miss?
I did not know that could miss.
Some of the moves that are more popular for the sake of it being safer. And we're seeing it work really well. Ooh.
Look at it. I think that was it. He just knew he was going to jump back as soon as the match started. He dashed in to check him with the low straight into the blood ball. Not far enough away to get the skull crushing, the skull destroying crushing blow. That was very difficult to say. And Javier shooting him back up to get that
soul crushing blow. You could sum up like half the crushing blows in the game with that. Morale destroying crushing blow.
Yes. Every down 2.
That's the universal soul destroying crushing blow.
Oh, the flawless block OS into that down 2, knowing the breakaway was going to come straight away. Oh, the jump against the throw gets the confirm.
Oh. Now off a jump kick, this will scale, but it's Skarlet, so not much. Ouch. 450 big ones. Oh, the anti-air. All right, question, Falcon. 1 overhead to hit. Do we see the overhead threat into the KB or not?
Fight.
Yeah, I think we're going to see it.
He hasn't pressed the button. Oh, yes, he has now. Oh, big restand. Look at that. Full screen restand, almost 300 damage. 2 bars though, but very cool.
Too far away for that 1-2 punish. The 2-1 would have been better for it. Right now, Josh is trying to work this health bar. The down 1 anti-crossover.
Oh, wow. That was nice. Those poke anti-crossovers, they're quite dangerous to deep jump kicks, but when timed right, quite devastating. Big whip punish for the heal, and now he's full life again. But the grab, we'll say otherwise for now. Javier, he is back against the wall. This is match point against him. Winners finals. This is for grand finals.
Oh,
Winners side. This
has
been the ultimate safety net. There it is again. Retribution. Does he move in? Oh, we tempted it. Oh, but the instant teleport cancel into the crushing blow. And the fatal blow is there too. Javier is definitely not out of this one, but the safety is gone. He has 1 bar for a cancel, but no breakaway. But at this health, it might not even matter. What can he do with it? There
Josh
it is.
playing
No
ever
more
so
cancel.
patiently.
Oh!
The backdash could have been big.
Chip damage is all he needs. Can Josh find it? Can he find it? Oh, the commitment! He knew! Javier, he knew. He used the flawless block knowledge against him. Now Josh just needs something, anything. The flawless block, the grab on reverse! Oh,
7
the time,
seconds though,
Falcon, the
Mustard.
time!
4 seconds. Oh, it's too long in animation. Oh.
Oh my god! JoshTQ, by the skin of his teeth, lives and pulls the blood out that's left. There can't be much left in there. Come on, not by now. Hey, hey, hey!
Like 50
What a
points
round!
and he's still over here donating generous blood to Skarlet's cause. What a king!
Oh,
But in all seriousness, though, that really came down to like. Yeah.
just tried and true Cloudwalker Fujin, like complete with the air parries. No one uses this variation anymore, and we never see the air parries get used. But for VGY,
Instantly.
clearly, yeah. I would actually wager that. I don't think VGY plays like. I don't think he kind of grinds Fujin. I think he just has so much time on Fujin from the aftermath patch of the game, and he would use Fujin for Cetrion even back then. That this specific kind of Fujin and everything he knows, right, the muscle memory of the Cloudwalker combos and the bigger damage that comes with it, is still there to the point that he still has this as an option. And I definitely would wager that, and we see it really useful here.
I think you could very well be right over there. But there's something, you know, VGY is obviously a player that likes to do his homework. Knows his flawless block drops, knows what's fake, what isn't. And the 4-2-3s that we were seeing from Aso obviously isn't true into the deadly wins. And the first time I used it, it got blown up straight away. But right now, the health bars are pretty even right now. All it's going to take is 1 solid hit for either of these players to pretty much confirm into the round win. Right now, Asod's chipping away at the health bar.
Yo! And there it is. Now, Skywalk, normally a great way in on most characters, but Cetrion's boulder does cover quite an awkward angle. If we're trying to approach that Skywalk, can be quite difficult to deal with. But look at that movement! The wind god.
When you see people like VGY and Hayate and Ninja Killer and stuff, when they move this way with Fujin, it's just so imposing in the neutral. Very, very scary to deal with when they can open up so much space instantly, but that beautiful confirm off that flawless block up 2.
I actually really like how VGY is, every time he gets that up 2, he is, oh, what a pickup. Every time we see him get that up 2 flawless block, he's just cutting it really short and just going for like down 4 needle. Now that is far from optimal, but Fujin's up 2 has a lot of recovery to it, so it's kind of hard, especially from max range, to get into the optimal distance, to go for the full pickup into the tornado. So he's definitely just cutting his damage to just guarantee that he gets the needle. Because it's not terrible damage for, you know, the bar spend, and you get the right open. Oh, big whip punish! Side switch too.
Yeah, exactly. The 28% gets him in the corner. This is not where you want to be right now. Dealing with a character that has so much space to move backwards, but...
Oh, back to back. 3 barriers. Dash up, grab at the tag. VGY. This man cannot be thrown. Oh, raw crossbow. And another grab. This time VGY, no attempt to tech. I think he sees that fatal blow and knows that is going to be Aso's best way back into this game. Take the throw, not the fatal blow. Oh, tries to counter poke, but no confirm! He didn't find it. Aso, that could have been confirmed as a fatal blow. Nice, watch out.
He really did not.
Oh, no! Okay, the double amp on the crossbow. Very dangerous from VGY. If you have the wave dashing that VGY does, you blink and he's point blank. Because he did like 3 instant wave dashes. And that is the range that VGY has been able to keep the entire match at from start to finish. And even now, I mean, look at it. The constant moving in and out. Just the smooth movement. And there it is again, the needle.
Yeah, you really cannot throw VGY. This guy is a notorious throw techer.
He's a throw tech spammer is what he is.
I'm surprised he can guess right on them that much. I suppose a lot of it really is situational about where they would want to throw you, but sometimes they really are just guesses, and he still gets them right most of the time.
I mean, like, throw teching in this game is game sense. You need to know what crushing blows, which characters get OP off which directions, you know, screen positioning and all that. But also, like, there are a lot of, like, defensive OSs where throw teching isn't always going to be a danger. You kind of tech a lot of the time. But at the same time, just the awareness, right? How much health do you have? Can you afford to get thrown here and not there? He's so good at calculating that before you calculate it, that by the time you choose what direction you're throwing him, he's already teching it because he knows that's what you're going to do. You know? I mean, there are situations that, on paper, yes, it is technically a 50-50. But if you are so good at reading people and how they throw, right? Maybe player A prefers forward throws to back throws. And then you have, like I said before, about the game sense and the awareness. He has all of that in James. It's one of the reasons that he's so dangerous to try and throw.
Oh my god, got the flawless block on that down 2 as well. Actually got the punish, securing around 30% for the troubles. 305 damage with that mini jump kick. The back sway. Oh, didn't get the twister pickup though.
Yeah, he went for the optimal pickup in the corner. In the corner, you can get a full combo meatlessly off back 1 if you position. And again.
Now,
back
feel
2
like I feel like Aso kind of got he got away with forward 2-3 into deadly wins a lot against the other people he played. It hasn't worked a single time against VGY unless he had no resources to flawless block up to it. Obviously, the forward 2 into deadly wins is the true one.
But that's why we're now seeing Aso go for so many barriers unblocked, the natural barrier instead, because that's the one you can't flawless block. If you try and flawless block wins, you get hit by the barrier. But the barrier is unsafe no matter what, so it's a lot more you have to be ready for. Escape failed, that's disastrous. Yeah, tries to jump out. Trying to get the teleport maybe. Oh dear. Ooh, wake up barrier. That's interesting.
Oh, the forward 3 gonna force the break. And right now, it literally is a striker throw in this situation. Don't know if he had the KB.
Oh, dive kick.
You know, I'm curious. I wonder if there really is like an actual application of the air parry that he would then, you know, justify picking it in the loadout, or maybe he just doesn't have a Fujin variation made. He just never bothered making one because he was always comfortable with V2.
I mean, honestly, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, if you don't feel like you need to do anything else, then, I mean, why not, right? Oh, big punish underneath. That was clean.
Really just slip and slid his way straight underneath the beam. He's going to get another punish for his troubles right there on that unsafe string. Throw tech again.
Good throw tech. VGY is looking like another potential 3-0 here. And another... Oh my god, the knowledge! VGY just raw forward 3 to go under Hell's Wrath so he can just get a full standing punish. That is so gorgeous.
Yeah, honestly, this is like, I feel like just tying back into what I was saying at the beginning of the set. VGY just seems so comfortable in this matchup with Fujin. It just doesn't seem like something he's really being phased by, because he has the mobility for days, he has the options, you know, and realistically, Aso's a very defensive player, and now the throws aren't working out for him, like, at all. He's just finding it progressively harder to do any damage outside of just the raw chip damage.
I mean, he's the biggest thing, he's getting punished really hard for like everything. Hell's Wrath he's getting hurt for. Anything with a gap, he's getting flawless blocked for. Throws, he's just getting thrown all over the shop. Like, he is just getting punished for everything he's doing. Again, VGY, he is just on him.
He's got that escape failed as well, should he need it. There's the adaptation.
There, okay, there it is. Aso finds something around on the board just to build some of the space. All the screen behind him.
Definitely gonna need this round if he wants to keep himself in the tournament. This is losers.
I mean, he's elimination, man. He's facing elimination from the tournament. He needs this, or it's over. Cancel. Oh, there it is. No bar. Trying to bait out that breakaway, perhaps. I could have picked up more on that, but I think he just wanted to play around it. Get the breakaway and then start going crazy.
All right, restand it to 20%. Gonna get the back throw. Oh yeah, try and teleport after the big hit.
We're noticing as well now, Aso, a lot of patience. Like, he's just sitting there. Oh, but the confirm. The confirm.
That was a ridiculous call out on just the string being staggered. I haven't possibly seen Aso do enough for him to even know that he was going to do that, but clearly VGY is one step ahead.
Now, VGY actually has to watch out for these crossbows, because if you get a good read on the duck, you can get hit by that fatal blow. But will it happen? Even chip damage on the needle might kill now, I'm not sure. There's 2 hits of the last breath, but it will not matter as the eternal forward 3, VGY with the pop-off. Finish him into probably a fatality. Yeah, he's got the sword out. It's definitely a fatality. Oh dear. And VGY with, again, we say this Fujin has been his answer against Aso for quite a while. And the proof is right here. We can hear it. We can't.
We have the Demon Dash again coming out from Javier, which has been a pretty common pick for him. Really liking that kind of extra ender, the punish potential as well. VGY, a very classic Johnny Cage. Got that rising star, the pissed off, throwing shade for the comeback potential. And we're just going to see how this one goes, as round 1's already going to start here. Down 1, rising star, Johnny Cage classic, and looking to be as aggressive as possible, fresh on wake up. Javier just getting clipped by that forward 3, and Half-Life already gone, Falcon.
Yeah, just like that. He's in a bit of a predicament. Only just built back that breakaway. But at this point in time, gets the shimmy, that back 1-4. Nice clean whiff punish on VGY right there after helport cancel. But right here, opening up a bit more space. He's evened out some of the health, but not enough to take the advantage.
There's that immediate down 3 or down 4, just saying, mate, I want to get my turn back. Oh, dearie me. Okay. Johnny Cage is up 2. Flawless block just didn't hit its mark. Haven't seen that in a fair old while, and that was a big risk. You know, Javier. Wow, wait a minute. Yeah, I'll talk about this in a second because this round isn't over.
That was a very uncharacteristic drop from VideoGamezYo. Lawcorridor is being absolutely patient right now. No one wants to press the button first. And the jump kick, just about enough damage.
So, before that scramble happened, Javier went for a big call out, the forward 4 into spear. And right there again, happening 2 times in a row. I guess that's just going to become part of this matchup, and VGY is going to have to play around it. Maybe go for the up 3 instead. Javier did forward 4 spear to call out the flawless block on the forward 4 too. You know, it looks kind of random, but if you know your opponent likes a flawless block, that really is one of the ways of blowing it up. However, obviously, you know, it's a hard read because you get punished, and then the rest of that round definitely happened, but VGY on the verge of taking this first game. Bit of an interesting game so far, Falcon, I think.
It's been like... It's surprisingly patient, but also very aggressive from both players. But VGY right now is just being able to cash out in all these hits he can get. And Javier struggling to really just get any damage or any opening potential on VGY. But just as I say, it lets the amplified teleport rip. Got caught, but VGY not faltering anyway. I mean, we just got to be real about that. And VGY is really using these pokes well, and he's using, you know, just the things like the 1-2-1, just a very like far advancing 7-frame startup string that is just blowing up Javier's attempt at doing things like back 3.
But a big part of it is that movement. You can see, just look at the kind of almost in and out, the hit and run style that he brings forward. It's not just with Cage, it is with other characters too, but I think that really, you know, playing all of the characters where movement is key allows Cage to really thrive. And now there's that advance, catches the mid just into some nice little pushback at a range where he's going to be comfortable. Anytime there's pushback on those force balls, you're still going within down 3, down 4 range, which is where Cage is absolutely going to be comfortable. Now there's that forward 3. I think that Javier's really trying to bait out maybe a flawless block from those forward 3-4s, doing a couple too many in game 1 and adjusting it here. Look, he's already staggering that forward 3 now. He's fed up with flawless blocks. Oh, that's counter hit.
Actually gets the KB over here, ending it in the spear, gets the corner reposition. Wise stuff right there from Javier. Gets that round for himself, which is pretty important. You got it with a nice health lead as well. Probably doing good for the morale in this department, but right now VGY already taking down about 25% of his life.
There's that immediate call out on the teleport. If it works out, you know, you get that full combo. Ooh! Ducks under the grab, but doesn't quite get the button. Could have been a much bigger there, but just a regular old standing 1 or 2 in the face. Can't remember what the button is, to be honest, but you know, pushes forward. Javier.
No, I think he might have tried to do that was a big call out. I think VGY might have tried to do 2-4-4, 1-2-1, and probably just pressed it too fast. But 46%. Javier has a lot of control in this match right now. The helport cancel, 1-1-2 checks, knocks him down, but the jump 2 crossover into the back 3. Just enough for Javier to tie it. he has a very like niche archetype that it's almost like playing a little bit risky. It's kind of just part of the Scorpion thing, you know. It's just part of the MO. A lot of staggers from VGY.
Exactly.
Yeah, scary stuff to be on. Javier gonna have to start challenging a bit, but gonna be real careful because challenge at the wrong time. It could be disaster. Oh, gets the pickup.
Not a bad little chunk of damage though either for jump kick into 1-2-1. You know, 22% just like that. Into knockdown into situation. VideoGamezYo looking like he's gonna take this first round the way things are going. Tries to whiff punish the back three. Can't quite find it. And we're starting to set up this grab game. Now Javier, just take the grabs where they can. Unlikely to try and take them when you've got that much life. Some players might just hold them. If not, Scorpion gets that escape failed, which might help you in the next round. Or, you know, maybe you can even pull off a comeback in round one. Fatal blow's ready to go. Don't count him out. Plenty of time. Oh, that missed input there, though. Definitely a back two. Looking to cancel it into the teleport, but when it's too far away, you just die, don't you?
Fight.
Yeah, I just couldn't get away with that one. And VGY just, you know, he didn't even need to do anything. But that 4-3 into the teleport was a really nice opener from Javier. Finds another opportunity.
Gets the double as well. That forward three into sometimes double forward three, sometimes standing four. I guess the demon dash makes it a little bit easier to go for as well. Crushing blows coming out. Always a back three moment, and he's trying to catch you slipping. Always looking for it. Doing two of those overheads
using
and one forward four. Cheeky.
Yeah, I like the decision to do that because VGY just didn't have the bar to flawless block. And Javier honestly just explosively took that round. He took like chips worth of damage.
This really is just a game of who has the upper hand, right? Who's the one in the driver's seat? When Javier's the one that's able to push forward, the counter hit was already used, so he's not going to get a full combo from that. He looks real good. But it's when VideoGamezYo, you know, when he's the one that's in charge of the oppression. I mean, he's the one that just looks a lot better. There don't seem to be close rounds, right? Apart from maybe this one.
Yeah, it was definitely different in the very beginning when these guys started playing, but Javier took that last round pretty dominantly, and just before that, it was the other way around. So this is kind of like anyone's game right now. Javier does have the health lead. He did find himself some good hits, but he doesn't have as many KBs. That's many times now. That has worked for him quite a lot when we've seen him play in this top 8. He was doing that for Josh too,
Lord.
and the escape.
The late break. Yeah, the late break coming out from VGY right at the end of that combo.
VideoGamezYo and knocking him out, getting himself into grand finals. VGY betting it all right now on Spawn, and I will try not to be as personally biased as possible.
Oh yeah, of course, always. No, that's always.
He's just the coolest character.
No, I tell you what, man, that's always a lost cause. Just embrace it. But Spawn versus Scorpion. VideoGamezYo, if he's able to get a good flawless block, for example, or maybe he can punish one of these teleports, he's going to get the gigantic damage payout. But he has to get that opportunity first. Yeah, there's that up three. But Javier, he's done a half life on VideoGamezYo already, and he's setting up an escape failed. Oh, dearie me. But this could actually be quite bad for him.
Yeah, he was looking to try and shimmy VGY right there, just trying to catch him pressing the button, but VGY didn't want to bite. That standing three, nice. Using the back four to check that space very well. Charges into that hell spawn, using the lethal glide to keep him standing. Breakaway against the down back three. Unfortunately, didn't really get too much off of it because it was a bit late.
Does attack. That's going to get rid of the escape failed. He'll survive this.
Oh, guy instantly got it right back for himself, though, with the escape failed again.
Oh, no! That's it. That is going to be the round. VideoGamezYo. There were so many layers to that final sequence, Falcon. The fact that he got the immediate throw tech to remove the escape failed. He then gets grabbed because the escape failed is gone. He survives the grab and then opens up Javier. One clean hit into Fatal Blow. Able to keep his meter 2 going in with a full tank in this next round. And that was clutch by every sense of the word.
And right again, the throw tech as well. Even though he got the escape failed after the successful throw tech from before, he no longer has that KB on the throw. So right now, Javier just trying to do something, trying to work his way in as he now feels like he's on the back foot. Oh, what a confirm.
There's that Fatal Phantasm restand as well. The pressure continues. Really wants you to press a button. Looking for it. Counter hit 1-1, doesn't matter. He'd rather have the double leap combos. Man, that is such high damage. Double jump in.
Damage.
Oh my god.
All right, Javier just playing really patient. He has the Fatal Blow to work with, but that's a big whiff right there. And VGY tying it up 2-2. What would you put your money on right now, Ketchup?
I think VGY, personally. I think it's a combination of getting the damage on deck, but also just those important buttons, a 3-4, for example. You know, if Javier whiffs anything anywhere near jump distance, you know VGY is going to get a gigantic punch on it. And the spawn is what's really allowing that to be a thing. Being able to dash in, the hit and run. And there's the punish on the cancels. We didn't see that in the last game. Remember, you don't see a lot of spawn players cancel because they're not really real, to be honest. They kind of catch you.
Yeah, they're very fake. It's just a timing thing, really, isn't it? It's just about throwing off the other person's timing and playing that part of the mind game, but the cancels themselves are fake.
Now, what's it going to be? There's that wave dash to say, get me out of the corner, sir. Do not want to be there. Javier in the lead for now. Oh, catches the button press.
Again.
No, she's going to press. Jump in.
It's getting with that helport cancel straight away into that back walk.
Oh my
God.
God.
Doing so much for him.
Can I just point out that Javier did a back one on VideoGamezYo's plus frames of that 1-1 because he just knows. He knows the layers have been established and now the match point and the crushing blow. Is he going to do it in this final game? An opportunity for revenge. Get one of the brothers to tackle the second.
Javier right now working on quite the story. He's definitely the underdog in both these sets. Even if he is to beat VGY over here, I would still consider him the underdog playing against Josh. And, you know, really carrying the weight of the Spanish FGC on his back right here. I mean, VGY did have the bar. Probably read the break.
Frames away for the bar. Oh. This is too close to call, Falcon. I really don't know what to make of this potential last round. Fatal blows ready.
Yeah, this is really nerve-wracking, but either player's successful hits really going to spell disaster for the other person. Oh. What a confirm from VGY.
Wouldn't last a day.
And just like that, match point on both sides. Looking at the resources, both players with a breakaway, which, you know, you bet that's going to become a bit apparent as we go on to this final round. And this is for a shot at grand finals, remember. 1 round away either side. The jump in, but the side switching teleport immediately. Okay, I see we're gaming.
Really rate that decision. I like that. And right now, yeah, I mean, both players playing really reserved. They're just trying to, like, feel each other out in this space.
Back one cancelled again. At least doing it from max distance. A little bit harder to challenge if you're not doing it from point blank. But that's a throw punish.
KB?
No way you can tech it. It was guaranteed damage. Guaranteed damage. You cannot tech throws when they punish you. But the side switch, he's going to even the odds quite nicely, I think, Falcon. Restand.
Yeah, get an extra 8.8% on that as well. Like, KB really didn't matter too much in the grand scheme of things. All right, plus frames. Oh, he tried to teleport out.
Oh, man, the fatal blow. I'm so nervous. Tries to standing 3.
Just
one home.
Literally a hair away. Javier trying to look for maybe an opportunity to teleport on these Necroblasts.
That spear, that is his ticket. He's looking for it. If one of these spears connects.
Like a win condition KB right now, looking for a shimmy, not gonna work.
VGY 10 seconds on the clock. Wait, the crushing blow throw is gone. Oh, and he'll punish with the crushing blow. VideoGamezYo at the last minute really did have everything working out for him. That throw crushing blow being used at the beginning meant that with 10 seconds left, what does Scorpion do to get that much life if you just sit there and block?
Exactly. It's like in those kinds of situations, it really had to have come down. Higher top 8 is these guys playing against each other, and to see each other over here again in grand finals, honestly, they both of them are just no stranger to that. But to kick things off, Josh right now getting countered out when it wasn't even a punish by that shadow kick on the low peacemaker.
It's definitely a message being sent. It's not going to punish you, but if you think you can just move around to your heart's content after doing it, you've got another thing coming. And there's a reason that was done immediately. Now look, already he's dashing in after blocking it. He knows. I mean, look. Who knows you competitively better than your main training partner? Like, come on now. You know the layers that are going to be in this map.
Oh, very risky stuff right there. Getting to it, VGY has a pretty good health lead, but that was a very nice whiff punish from JoshTQ. Going to cash out on a fair bit of damage, throw down the acid.
All right. They're down 2 combos and combos as well. Oh, the buffer!
Oh my goodness. Josh is a firm advocate of that normal as well.
Oh yeah, so no one knows how to space it for buffering better than him, for sure. You know, buffering, for those that don't know, just sticking out a button and it's only going to connect if it lands. So you basically just input the special or whatever it is just in case it reaches, and when it does, bam, the button comes out. Now there's more to it than that, but that's the TLDR. Very high level technique, but effective at this level of play.
Definitely.
Oh,
Right here.
Great now.
Josh, you know, he's got the health lead now. The acid did a little bit of work for him, but hitting those 2 force balls, presumably doesn't really want his back in the corner right now, dealing with Johnny. Trying to fight his way out.
There's that immediate push forward. There's corner pressure right now belonging to Cage, but all it takes is one good button. Maybe a slide, perhaps. JoshTQ able to side switch, and he will do with a command grab this time. Now, VideoGamezYo, full resources, both bars. JoshTQ playing this ranged game. The objective here is just to get rid of those bullets. We want that launching, crushing blow for the bigger damage. And there's the break. Last chance to do it in this round for him. Can he land an opening? Oh, never mind. Can't break this.
Yeah, VGY getting a fair bit of damage over there, 25%, but the pickup to confirm into the round win. That was very, very clean from VideoGamezYo. As we approach into the final round in game number 1 of this grand finals.
There's that immediate low just in case, the pushback. Looking for a forward 3, just out of range now. VideoGamezYo really taking us coast to coast, to be honest, as now the corner pressure continues. This time, VGY pushing it forward again. Empty jump low, just in case, gives himself a little bit of a turn steal. The low, but pushback's not going to do much when your back's to the corner, is it?
Very true catch up, and right now, yeah, the floss block on that 4-3-2.
Didn't have meter for up to it, though. Had to just let it rock. And he has to eat a grab for his troubles. Staggers again.
Speaking of
one throw at a time.
At least Josh is not in the corner. This is honestly just a better space for him to work with the forward 4 boot. Can he go for it again? Yeah, VGY being wise to it.
Oh, got the right idea for that poke.
They're just choosing their space like so patiently. It's hard to just, you know, commentate on what they're exactly doing with the low crush.
Letting the whole thing rock. Wait a minute, there's the low, out of nowhere, the down 4. He tries to trip guard, but the empty jump low. Another low coming forward, but with this projectile in play. Tries to whip punish, and now what's it gonna be? The drop kick. Oh, you know he tried to answer back on that jump in so bad, but he just couldn't find.
Round 1, fight.
Now we begin. An immediate launch already breaks forward. The wake up jump though. No option on the other side.
But the rising star is
get low.
Punished.
Nah, not quite. Oh, wake up 1-2. There is the art of the wake up button. It's not always a terrible idea. If you know that you're far enough away that you can challenge them coming in, that's when it's actually a good idea. I think a common misconception is that I've knocked you down no matter where it is on screen, therefore it's my turn. That's not always the case. And just that situation.
Yeah, Oki is a really big factor.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's something we were seeing Azerbaijan do a lot at the Wheelblade Dragon Temple with Rain. He was challenging a lot of people's plus frames on the approach due to the space with down 3 on wake up, and it was working out wonders for him.
Uh-oh, that's the round. This round is over. Here we go.
Yeah, I don't think he's dropping his combo, and in that pissed off spin the bar. Oh god, not enough to kill.
There was 1% in it.
Ready for my close-up.
Who cares? It's over. The round's going to be done anyway with the force ball in hand.
Round 2, fight.
Now, looks like there's a lot of momentum already on the way for VideoGamezYo. There's a reason Cage players really like to take that throwing shade. A big risk, though. Here's a launch. JoshTQ able to fight back as the drop into acid. Man, I like that combo.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm pretty sure I saw Pulse do that like early on in the game, and I thought it was sick. But yeah, you know, with Josh making the adaptation as well, the block on the shadow kick is really important. Because VGY obviously let one rock really early on in the set to send a message, but after that, clearly it isn't a true punish in that situation. He only just got you know, damaged in return. And right now, VGY is on the back foot. That was a clean jump kick OS into the command grab. A nice little bit of 226 damage. And then checks him with the mid.
It's not normally It's not normally the kind of move you would expect people to option select to jump in with, but it looks like it's only done off the neutral jump, and clearly it's only going to hit as a neutral jump if they come in. So a really good idea there from Josh. Nice piece of tech. Again, this Erron Black specialist, you know he's got those small details on lock. Oh, with punish. Could have been a bit more damage perhaps, but he takes the knockdown anyway. Get some of that free damage on the floor, the green stuff. Melt the feet. And yeah.
Oh, gets the pickup. No overcommitment on the string as well due to the breakaway. Good presence of mind from Josh. Doesn't have a breakaway of his own right now. Gonna have to hold this damage in the corner carry.
Now there's that another advancing mid. They want to overcommit though, potentially. Acid. Less about the damage at this level, and it's more about trying to force a situation. Nice jump kick into shadow kick. Again, I think that was probably OS, as it came out instantly. Oh, he wants that fatal blow so bad. You can feel it. Drop kick.
Yeah, definitely. The forward four. All right, playing really, really patient right now.
It's almost chipped. Doesn't want to overcommit to the forward three. Again, so close. The low and the mind games that are created from it. There's a grab. He can afford to take this, but no more. One more hit, realistically. Oh, no!
Oh, my goodness, catch up.
Oh
my lord.
He only went and bloodied it.
The last hit.
Oh, and the last hit is all you need for that cinematic to start. Wait, is he fully
reloading at him?
That is so rude. He reloads. It's an awful idea because they're playing so clean and respectful that in the last moment is maybe the last thing that you expect. If you're playing like Combat League or something, you'll be ready for wake up fatal blow. But if you're playing against your one of your main training partners and teammates and someone you've played a million times, that is against the grain and catch you off guard for sure. Looking for a short hop this time though. The low comes through. VideoGamezYo full combo, and importantly, we're starting to get into the corner of the Cyberlink Way assembly. So those interactables in the background, they could be quite interesting, you know.
It really could. Gonna get that slide as well. Josh now with the corner positioning. He does have a health deficit with the micro dunk.
And there's the acid once more. Really nice read there from Josh, who is absolutely dismantling this life bar. And he's able to push forward again. There's the safe distance. Doesn't want to overcommit, but the sweep's going to do it. JoshTQ. One round away from being
really
2-1 and one game away.
Really good utilization of Erron's sweep as well. Exceptionally good normal. Like, just as I mentioned it, he literally hit it again. And Josh really stole that round. Like, he had VGY just in the corner and kind of just made him succumb to the pressure. But right now, VGY fighting his way out, trying to get a better position in the screen, but those shots have definitely given Josh the health lead to work with, throwing down the acid.
And again, importantly, using all 7 of those bullets. You run out of ammo, and that launch that you get that crushing blow attached. And when you're in 1 round away from winning this next game, that's a bit of an important resource. Yeah, that could have been much more damage than we saw.
Oh, the anti-air.
Oh, man. I mean, with what just happened in the last game, beating that fatal blow probably felt a little bit good. If your VideoGamezYo right there.
It probably did. Now, I know that Josh obviously did the jab into it to try and guarantee it on the break, but VGY breaking out instantaneously, it really wasn't, you know, a threat in the slightest. He did spend his breakaway as well, so Josh still currently down on those 2 defensive bars just in case he gets opened up and needs to break. Nice air to air, shades of injustice right there.
Absolutely. You always know when someone plays those Injustice 1, those instant jump-in ones. However, corner pressure now, and a full combo for VGY after a dominant round 1 from JoshTQ, being able to bring it back. This is going to be quite a mountain to climb in terms of a comeback, especially against someone that has studied all your moves. Oh, the tick throw.
Definitely gets the tick grab. All right, he's going to get 17% on this. He's going to have himself the corner positioning, but you got to be careful. Oh, that throw, it could have been really dangerous.
But I feel like with the way things are now, you kind of have to go all in and dedicate to every decision. Whiffs it. Oh, no amplify allowed. Right before you set. And if the reset happens, who knows if we're even going to stick with these characters. You never know. We saw JoshTQ in the Winners Finals go to the Skarlet to get the job done. But as we now go fresh in, that command grab, that does a lot of damage for an amplified command grab on its own. You know, Kotal Khan are often talked about for command grabs, but Erron Black's one not too shabby as it even picks up as well, as we can clearly see. Good damage again. There's the explosion. And a solid round 1 start here for Josh.
It's 220 damage on the table right there. Gonna check with the force balls. Josh moving in and sweeping, but the anti-air straight away from VGY on that wake up, not letting that crossover work at all.
Oh, lets the whole string whiff. That is definitely, you're going to try and whiff punish this, and I'm just prepared for it. It is that next layer. Look at that wave dash movement from VideoGamezYo. This guy, he makes it look like art. Flying across the screen. Big launch, though. VGY going to hold that damage and contest, but this is going to do an absolute ton. And he's able to push his way out of the acid, but now a lot of work. And he has to be careful now, because Josh, what he has to do is just throw acid on the floor. Never mind, sweep. And another sweep. Trip guard. Video games.
I like the idea to sweep him again over there, to be honest. It's like off the jump ins and stuff. Johnny's jump in too is really good, but you know, it's not too hard to consistently low profile that as well.
Looking for the corner position now. Yeah, the important thing isn't really having your opponents fully back to the wall, just having them kind of restricted, really, especially Cage, right? You got to teleport or anything.
Josh has barely gotten a hit on VGY so far, and all this damage has pretty much just come from chip and damage over time from the acid.
Oh, counter hit!
Down half the health bar.
And now he's going to be straight into the damage again. So much of it is ticking down here, Falcon. Staggering that forward three, doesn't want to overcommit, does not want to give any kind of flawless block window, even though VGY doesn't have the defensive bar, but this is looking pretty good right now for Josh. Oh no, put your foot away, Johnny Cage. Put your foot back. Okay, max damage incoming.
Oh, the late break to challenge the Rising Star.
Oh, so smart,
Brilliant
Falcon.
stuff. That is what we call presence of mind.
Combat, whether it was Oceanic, whether it was the different EUs, and it's been a really fun one.
Okay,
right.
Potentially in a very make or break situation for both players, potentially. Over here, the forward check. JoshTQ gonna throw down the acid, choose to play this space. He does have a health deficit, so VGY doesn't need to approach him right now. He is just comfortable sitting there, but that will gradually get chipped away. He still has 7 bullets in the chamber as well.
There's that immediate, I would say, whiff punish with the drop kick, but it definitely wasn't. It was still catching you off guard, though. Now that acid being used at range, it's to stop Cage from being able to be too comfortable throwing those projectiles. Catches the forward three just in case it beats the jump, and it will do. Full combo coming. And now 21%. Not too shabby. As now that acid's actually going to put him into fatal blow distance, which is going to give VGY the potential for a cancel. He wants to get that unbreakable sequence. Walk up, grab, the brave stuff. Acid doing him a favor, to be honest.
He's going to have to be real careful if he chooses to throw a force ball over here, though.
Anti-air!
Oh, the anti-air off it.
Cage your feet! Watch out! The loafers! The loafers! You don't want to touch it, man. They're expensive shoes! Tournament point for JoshTQ. That acid was a thorn in his side, Falcon, I tell you.
Yeah, definitely was. VGY now. He's going to have to make something happen, as it seems like Josh has just stolen the momentum of this set. VGY has a good position to work with. He's got almost all the meter that he could need.
Now the corner pressure, VideoGamezYo. I would say in the driver's seat, but again, with Erron Black, it takes a command grab. It takes a slide, ask and you shall receive, to reverse that corner positioning. And now the driver's seat swaps. Dad said it's my turn to drive.
This is a lot of checks right now from Josh, choosing to end that in the low peacemaker. But a punish on that dive kick, on the drop kick rather, on the recovery, but a failed flawless block OS right there. Gonna get clipped for 25% for his troubles. Oh, the forward 4 whiffing.
Short hop just in case you amplified it. No amp coming out from Josh, who was able to hold on to some of the meter, but the string! 1 round away, Falcon, and we're gonna go into either a reset of the tournament, or we're gonna be finished. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Who do you think has it?
We are in this situation again. Over here from the last set as well, where it went down to the last round. Over here in this situation now, it's either going to be the reset or it's going to be the win, as Ketchup mentioned. This is a big, yeah, that's a big hit right there for Josh. VGY was sitting in that acid, taking down during the course of that command grab animation.
I would play that distance game, but it's so hard to do with the grab. Could have been more damage, JoshTQ. That's not the full string rock could have done, but again, hindsight, you know, commentary. Easy for us to see it, but in the heat of the moment. So many different things, especially when it's potentially the end of the tournament. JoshTQ, it would mean so much to him to win this week.
Oh, he was really looking for the KB right there. Wanted it, but gets the back 2-2-2s that wasn't broken.
Right,
BGY now.
one hit. Oh, the drop kick doesn't work. He's looking for a big finish.
Oh God, someone needs to clip that. And just like that.
The forbidden crushing blow landed, but ultimately, Falcon, the tournament still goes to JoshTQ, who I think is going to feel like $1 million after getting a win like that. I know that the last tournament he entered a month ago was a bit disastrous for him.